Welcome back to Girls Rewatch,
a podcast about girls,
TV, and girls on TV.
I'm Amelia Rataller.
And I'm Evan Lazarus.
And today we are hacking into season 5 of Broad City.
Episode 1, Stories.
This is the famous one. There it is on the wall. If you can see this side of the wall, it's them on the train.
An insect. Last night I was at a bar and a cockroach flew on top of me.
A spider landed on my arm, a big spider last night when I was getting off my bike. And the way I slapped it down and was like, I could make it in Australia, is what I said to myself. I was like, I could make it anywhere.
That's a real litmus test.
What bar? Oh, you were at Club Cup and you had your Is This Gay
bar.
show.
Doesn't matter. I had a thought that Broad City is the only female stoner comedy we have.
I've always said that.
Can you name one other?
By the way, no.
No, I'm trying desperately
Girls
hard.
got to smoke weed and then Comedy Central media had to shut down.
I know.
Swear to God, girls discovered weed and then everything went awry.
They've reached the final frontier though. It's just girls high on marijuana.
Literally. Did you ever see the podcast where it's like some guy who always smokes and it's Abby and Alana smoking weed and they get so high, but it's like an hour-long interview in a black box, but everybody's so high. I remember watching in high school and being like, this is radical.
Every single thing, it's like, yes, we know you watched this show in high school.
Okay. Bully me. Wait, can we talk about Hunting Wives?
Of course, thank you so much. And that's what I also wanted to bring up.
Okay.
And I want to apologize because I did watch half of this show on your Netflix account because it was logged into TV.
That is no worries at all.
Did you finish?
By the way, I finished all of Hunting Wives.
Oh,
and
my God.
I've kind of rewatched.
Thank God we found a vehicle for Britney Snow again.
The way I'm like, oh my God, this show is incredible. It's a satire on my childhood.
Is it truly?
This is exactly what the mothers in my carpool growing up were like. This is exactly what they're like.
Were they party raving?
It's like, it's like they were having affairs. They were like being problematic, but then they had to present at church in a certain way. Like, it's so realistic. And then it's like the quiet thing of like, it's like, yeah, we're against abortion. Unless it was my daughter. Then of course I'm going to get her an abortion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the hypocrisy that exists in like Texas it's so beautifully like played out.
The show
it's so
intensely.
Good. And every episode, my jaw was on the floor with what was going on.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it is. You can definitely tell that the show was originally a book. And it's also...
And it was originally on Stars.
Right, exactly.
And then Netflix was like, you know what? Let's try Ranch.
It works so fantastically. So just for people that don't know about Hunting Wives...
It's not a documentary. It's not a reality show.
I thought it was going to be a reality show based off the title because we've had so many shows.
The Real Housewives. So it's like, their husbands hunt.
Right.
But it's based off a book and it's literally, it's hitting so many themes and points about being a woman.
Yeah, just a really quick synopsis for people. Britney Snow's character is from Boston, moves with her husband who's an architect to build
some kind of building for this guy.
By the way, he's an architect. We don't see the building one time. Wouldn't even it's only referred to in the first episode, and then we move on so quickly.
Well, it's about the girls.
It is about
Everybody
the wives.
hates Graham. Meanwhile, women are murdering left and right, and then we're like, we hate the husband. He's such a bitch.
Right. It is like a southern take on Sharp Objects, where it does has this really successful conclusion. Also, does a great job of wanting you to watch season 2 because there's so many directions they could take it. Anyway, she's a liberal woman, hangs out with these more conservative women.
Gets a crush on the kind of the leader, the Regina George character.
Right.
And then like chaos ensues, but she basically gets wrapped up in like this lesbian
love warfare. And
then there's like all this drama and oh my God, the youth pastor, don't even get me started. That is what they're like.
With the beanie and all.
And they always end up being not what you want.
Yeah, it's a really fantastic show. It builds in a great way. I had the reaction where, based off the first episode, I thought it was a little heavy-handed in the way that they presented like the conservative take on liberalism. Even though it does feel like a slightly liberal show, the way conservatives present liberals, it was kind of heavy-handed because they kept calling themselves deplorables and joking and taking shots. And
I will say in the way that people are like, Lena Dunham should have made girls being a satire more obvious.
Yeah.
Hunting Wives took that note and said, you know what? You're going to know.
That's why it's like it's so easy to watch. Truly anyone can get behind it because it doesn't necessarily have
Although
this,
people are really upset.
yeah, it only has a 61% audience like on Google reviews.
Everybody's watching it. I'm on like Honey Wife's TikTok.
Why are people so...
People are so repressed and they're so shocked by so many things.
It is two moms kissing, which is truly shocking to watch.
Yeah, and it's also like they thought they were watching some like Southern thing, like Christian thing, and then they're like, "Oh my God, that's a lavender marriage. Is he pegging?" Like it's like so extremely raunchy to them.
Wait, lavender marriage, open marriage.
The sheriff and the girl with red hair.
He's gay, the sheriff?
Yeah.
When?
That's don't you see when she walks in and he's looking at a magazine with that guy and they act really awkward and then he pegs her in a gay way.
Oh my God.
She pegs him.
Oh, I did miss that.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. But I don't want to give that away.
No, sorry.
Well, it's actually not a secret.
No,
it doesn't matter. That's like a Z plot.
I think we're allowed to like spoil things about a TV show.
That's a Z plot.
Fine.
It's so fun though. And the chemistry between Brittany Snow and Malia Ackerman,
which
is electric.
She is someone that I think is so quickly forgotten too as a powerful actress. And she's...
Brittany?
No. People know Brittany is so fantastic.
I'm just like, but Chloe heads are going to lose their fucking shit. If you were watching Pitch Perfect in high school and you were shipping Anna Kendrick and Chloe or whatever their names are, you're going to love this.
Yeah. Go watch Hunting Wives. And now we're going to talk to our guests.
Yay.
My dad said he can't understand me at 1.5 speed, so I have to change my voice. He told me to voice train.
Has he been listening?
He listened to some episodes.
Is he mad at me?
About what?
I don't know.
Oh my God, last night, we won't even get this on record. Eric has a bit in his stand-up where he's asked a straight person to say faggot. My dad said faggot.
Yes. Your dad has probably been waiting to say faggot for so long. And thankfully, one of your friends finally gave him the opportunity to say it. And he probably looked at you.
That's no friend of mine.
That's no friend of mine.
And then Miss Manchi came out and goes, anyone straight here? And he doesn't raise his hand, but he's sitting next to his wife / my mother. He goes, oh, you didn't raise your hand. Are you fruity? I know you got a little bit more in the purse. It was fun. Everyone called him gay.
That's fun.
My dream.
I saw you brought your mom on the stage.
Oh, I did.
I can't believe I missed this.
Wait, we should start recording.
Oh, it's recording.
Oh.
Did she shake her butt like Nicolandria's mom?
No, she mostly was up there for a photo op.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her Facebook post about it.
Yeah, don't worry, it's already on Instagram. That's a good thing about older generations. They don't wait to post. They don't go through the photos later. They live in the moment where they just post a grid immediately.
They don't have social strategy.
I love when you go out with your mom because she'll have like one drink and then she'll post 4 grid posts with like you.
You know, keep Instagram casual. That's why we have my mother. It's so casual with her.
It's Jake Shane and Tracy Lazarus leading the charge.
But it's better than like, I feel like mothers will be fully, I know mothers that will Facetune their kids' pictures and post them on Facebook.
Babies? Or
I used to do that with my baby sibling.
Really?
Yeah.
As like a bullying
full eyelashes.
thing?
Nope. Dead serious. Selfie Sunday with both of us. And we're both in full glam from Perfect 365. Thank God I like got to microdose being a teen mom then because I learned everything I did like through my sibling. Mm-hmm. And so now I can kind of like, enter motherhood now with like a clear head.
Because you got to do it as a teen.
Yeah. I learned my mistakes.
Yeah, you got to do health class experiment IRL.
Yeah, he was my practice kid. Wait, we haven't even introduced you.
Sorry,
guys, joining us on the couch today, the one and only Marley Gotterer. Did I say that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Former socialite, we learned.
Yeah, and still, you can find me at 4 a.m. anywhere.
Party girl.
Yeah.
What's your deal?
So tell us who you are and kind of how you found Broad City, how you are living today.
More Broad City found me.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I was actually making videos on the street. Like I was making these videos in
Washington Square Park.
Honestly, kind of. Literally Washington Square Park. But it was like in school and then in summers. And I had this like series called Would You Fuck Me? And I was just literally asking people on the street, would you fuck me? And they'd have to be like, No. It was so embarrassing, but also so freeing. And so it was like at that same time, you know, Alana's essentially asking the same questions.
Of course.
And then I remember, oh my God, I was a diversity scholar at UCB, 18 years old.
Whoa. Okay, brag.
So you're never going to be like me. Okay?
Who was your improv teacher?
I have no idea.
Of
He was
course.
honestly kind of mean. I forget though.
Oh.
But now that place is shut down, I think.
You know, it's back.
Oh, it's back?
It shut down and it came back.
No, I know, but in that, like this
Oh,
rehearsal
right.
space.
They shut down the diversity scholarship.
Yeah. And now they're
Oh,
back as
no,
a
I'm kidding.
conglomerate.
They probably did shut down the diversity
No, I know a
scholarship.
girl who was in it.
And the
What's her diversity?
scholarship.
Just that she's a lesbian white woman.
Being gay, I guess that's good enough.
I mean, that's what I was essentially at that time. But I was in the bathroom and I saw Jaime.
Oh my God,
the
yes.
Yeah, Arturo Castro.
Yes, I saw. You know what? Actually, I just had another memory come. But I saw Jaime washing his hands at UCB because, right, they're all UCB,
Literally.
like Abby, Alana. And I was like, I'm going to cruise him. I was like, I'm going to cruise him. And then I was like, hey. And then he like says, hey. And I immediately knew he was straight. I was like, oh my God, you're straight.
He
Keep
And
in
that's
lying.
when my world crumbled, where I was like, right, go back in your place, you little diversity scholar. Nothing is real. Everything's fake.
He's an actor.
He's an actor. And the next time I saw him was the day Joe Biden got elected and we went to the street of Echo Park and he had 7 bottles of champagne outside and was popping bottles of champagne and we were dancing together in the street.
Oh my God, that is such a powerful
I have not
tale.
thought about that until right this moment.
Did you cruise him there?
Well, that actually I was kind of more woman, so I should have tried.
Totally.
But no,
I'm sure you're gonna
unfortunately
get a third
not.
chance.
I'll probably get a 3rd, 4th, 5th. He's probably happily married with kids.
No,
does,
I
he
saw
is
him on the
married.
street
Oh.
in a gold chain necklace, so anything's possible.
Where did you see him?
Like by Blue Bottle Williamsburg.
A famous cruising spot.
It's just being there doing morning pages.
The artist way.
Cruising for some
Oh, yeah.
ideas.
Cruising for the artist way.
Literally.
Who's gotten to week 14? Anyone?
No.
No.
I have never touched that book. I actually killed a fly with the artist way once.
Oh my God. And that actually did all it needed to do.
No,
It like
exactly.
immediately worked.
No, literally. And then all of a sudden, like now I'm on this podcast.
Anything can happen, you guys.
Just believe in yourself. One day you're a diversity scholar at UCB cruising Jaime from Broad City. And the next day you're on a Girls Rewatch podcast.
Which is, I would say, a step down.
Stepped up. Things went awry.
We're in the basement, literally.
Right.
Before we ask you the important question, let's read a synopsis of this iconic episode. This is season 5, episode 1, Stories, directed by Nick Paley, who wrote Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. And it's written by Abby and Alana. And
Heard of
here
them.
we go. We are welcomed into season 5 via Instagram story celebrating Abby's birthday by walking the length of Manhattan. On their way to Manhattan, Alana shares a video montage she made of Abby's ass titled Ass of an Ageless Angel. I already say it. Ass of an ageless angel.
Oh, ageless. I said ageist.
Totally.
Both are true.
Yeah.
The broads walk in lockstep from landmark to restaurant and keep going and contemplating what turning 30 feels like for Abby. Alana falls into a manhole and Abby brings her out. They buy Alana a scooter and a new pair of shoes, and Abby starts a new credit card. Alana posts about this and the credit card info is stolen, which is soon overshadowed by the discovery of a lost child with whom they really connect. Her mother, Cheese, turns out to be someone Abby went to college with, calls them pedos, and Cheese definitely thinks she's better than them. They meet the boys at Russ and Daughters, where Abby feels a little birthday blues in the bathroom, but they move and make it to the tippity bottom, or as Abby calls it, where the Titanic docked, and Alana's phone falls into the East River. They continue filming on Abby's until Cheese comes by to knock it out of their hands and tell them to get over themselves. Oh, I am over myself, Abby shares, and they drown her in so many jealous compliments that she has no choice but to admit that she struggles too. She leaves the girls phoneless before a triple rainbow, and with no phone to document it, they are forced to just experience it. Ew!
And that's what you missed.
Is it eel?
It ends with ew.
I thought you said eel.
Oh.
I was like,
Ew.
Now,
Jeez.
we believe you to be kind of queen of Instagram. That's why we brought you here today.
Yeah.
you're so good at a story.
Wait, thank you so
You're
much.
one of the only people that really are constantly raising the bar.
You know, one time you came up to me and you were like, you said something about my stories, and then I literally took offense to it because I thought you were making fun of me.
That happens a lot when I compliment people.
But now I'm like, now it's clocking.
Right.
I'm clocking
it's
the tea.
like when Lady
and
Gaga and Taylor Swift talk, and Lady Gaga's like, Taylor told me she loved art pop and that her favorite song was Applause. And then she's like, I got a call from like my friend who was on a shoot, and they were like, Taylor's blasting art pop. And they're like, you know what? I actually like this girl.
Totally.
It's
so
that
we're
story.
like
so wait, who's?
Lady Gaga.
So
Okay,
you're
yeah,
Lady
Taylor
Gaga
Swift.
and I'm Taylor Swift.
And
I'm the gay
You're
assistant.
the gay assistant that's mutual friends.
get me coffee. Get my coffee.
I really do think you're amazing at Instagram, and not
Thank
everybody
you.
has that skill.
I think it's just like has always been a skill of mine. Like I've been literally posting since I was 7 years old.
That's quite
On what
young.
platform?
YouTube. I used to make this YouTube series called How to Be an Idiot, and I would interview kind of like y'all. This is honestly, I'm feeling some kinship. This is your How to Be an Idiot. And I would interview my friends, and then all of their parents got together and were like, you have to take this down.
Oh my
and I got
gosh.
censored. I could have been a YouTube star by now.
You would have
You
been,
would
a
have
YouTube
been a
star.
YouTube star.
I know. And then since then, all
Bring
my
it to
accounts have
Instagram
gotten
stories.
censored. I know I should do that.
You should bring your famous series, How to Interview an Idiot, to Instagram stories.
Yeah. It's
Plug
how to
it.
be an idiot.
Oh, How to Be an Idiot.
How to be an idiot.
Yeah.
We do How to Interview an Idiot.
Yeah, right. Oh, it's me.
That's our twist.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you were like, I'm gonna focus on Instagram once Vine kind of died, or
Vine was like, I was like, this could be me. I was like, I could see myself getting famous off of this. But I remember the day Musical.ly turned into TikTok, and I got completely obsessed. I was in college. I wrote like this theoretical paper about TikTok.
Oh my God.
And then that's like was the first platform that I was like, oh, this is like where like queer humor can become like trend and become reality. And then literally it turned into a career.
okay,
And yeah.
I have chills.
No, it really
That's
was
insane.
so cool. And then I like had I made a meme page on Instagram of like these like weird small subcultures that I found on TikTok, and that like popped off. And then that was like the first time I like stepped out of my house and people like treated me like a celebrity because they saw like me post, you know, like a random old woman who was hula hooping, like eating pesto pasta, like something like that. But
Is that a real video or one you just made up?
I just made that up. I was like, what is like the most, but it's like, you know,
No, you
Somebody-
described
there's
it
somebody
exactly.
there.
Yeah.
somebody's doing that
It's a
right
viral
now.
video.
It's actually viral, yeah.
Yeah, and don't steal that idea, okay?
Save it until you're like 80.
Yeah. It's actually my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh.
What's her name?
Nina. Isn't that
Happy birthday,
beautiful?
Nina.
Beautiful. I really love the way Broad City is able to encompass social media into this episode. I feel it's one of the best examples we have of it being naturally integrated, especially for the time, because this is when Instagram Stories was first launching. And they actually, for the most part, I feel like understood the concept of Instagram Stories enough to create a whole episode around it, where most TV shows, when it comes to social media,
When they try and do social media on any TV show, it's like, well, this is so chronically bad. But these girls, they did
it's
it.
They
inauthentic.
really did it.
Yeah.
Did
And
it.
like the stickers, the editing, like it's inspired by like this like kind of fun YouTube editing that like
Yeah.
everybody learned on iMovie and then got Adobe Premiere and, you know, like using, you know, their little editing tricks. But then it's, this like Instagram story where, you know, when I'm walking down the street and when, you know, after I watch this episode, I'm like, yeah, right. I'm like a Gemini and I have Abby and Alana split part in my brain and I'm actually having these types of conversations. Like I'm making my own ass compilation video.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like, and it was really cool to see, just like in this kind of 2019, I was just graduating from college and it's like they're really creating this narrative and using this like editing, you know, form that like we hadn't really seen yet.
Yeah, or we hadn't really like put it into something as like a this is what it is. Like it was all
Right,
just
it
being
gave
experienced,
importance.
but it wasn't like reflecting on it actually existing.
And I think at the time it was like it's like, okay, this is season 5, a little bit, you know, Abby's turning 30. It was like, this is like millennial cringe in a type of way. But now on TikTok, you see every single day, I have a video coming up being like, we're going to walk like, or I just walked from the top of Manhattan to the to the bottom of Brooklyn.
Pull up the Strava
No,
app.
they
you
like
know?
invented the Amazing Race.
Like fully. And
they
I'm
did
like
it.
watching it all and I'm on like 2 times speed and I'm watching them and then, you know, and I'm like, Abby and Alana, like they really did it. They did
and
it
they
first.
went into this episode being like, well, this is our last season. And every first episode of every season is them like running around New York more than any other episodes. And so for them to be like, well, I guess we have to do all of Manhattan.
Right.
Because this is the last bash.
Right. It's also, to me, feels like it brings a lot of importance to social media as well, because this thing that we do so naturally with our friends, so organically, right? It's doesn't feel like it always has importance to it, but when it's encompassed in an episode like this and it's bring it up as a tool that we get to watch and really like, oh, they're building a fun narrative around this. That's what I'm doing with my friends. It makes it so much more special, right? And that's why this is one of the most memorable episodes of Broad City, because it uses such a fun mechanic that we all can so personally, truly understand, and that's the magic of Broad City in general, and just build a whole fun episode around it. And that is power, and that is media, and that is good art.
Oh
And I
my
think
God, Arby's crying.
And it was like before people like really live streamed.
Well, because you know, it's like it could have been, you
Yeah.
know, if it was made now, it might have been like a live stream, like a
Totally.
TikTok live stream or
Yeah.
a Twitch live stream. But it's like, oh, you know, it's cut in multiple parts. And like, what did they say at the end of the episode? It's like we didn't see.
They were like, we didn't experience it. The stories experienced the day.
Yeah.
And they were like, we should get off our phones, which I didn't connect with.
Right. I'm like, if anything, that's like, oh, stay on my phone.
Yeah, like you just made an amazing art piece. Like,
Right.
do not leave the canvas now.
I'm like, you should be like, I'm a genius. Let's get back on it tomorrow.
Absolutely.
It's so, well, they do say, it's such a two-sided coin, isn't it? Because for me, I'll go post in my Instagram story. Those are my memories for the day. And I get to rewatch them and be like, that's what I'm formulating in my head is what I did for the day sometimes based off like what I posted in my Instagram story. But I also say we're incapable of really making so many new memories in our everyday lives because we're getting so much information through social media that we can't formulate our own memories anymore.
Tough.
Which is, tough.
Let's get into it more after this quick break. Marley, we have a really important question to ask you.
Girl, what girl are you?
Oh, me? Little old me?
Yeah.
And are we talking Broad City Girl first?
I
Well,
think
tell us
actually do
everything.
us
Okay,
everything.
so if we're talking Broad City Girl, like Alana through and 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 through. If we're talking girls girl, Hannah. Wait, do you want to know my whole chart? Okay, so it's Hannah, Sun, Jessa Rising,
Yeah.
Shosh
Yeah.
Moon.
That's why you're wearing a
Yeah.
swimsuit under a dress, and people even think you might be going to the beach today, but you're actually going to a podcast. That's not me saying that. That's a barista.
Totally. And I might be, that is true. My barista did say that to me, like, have fun at the beach. But then it's like, you always got to be ready to go to the beach.
Totally.
And I actually might be going to the beach later.
Honey, it's August.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
We all might be going to the beach later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm at the beach right now. Look at the sun.
Beach is a state of mind.
It really
always tell
is.
myself
The
that.
first time I ever like tripped, we had this like language where it was like the bus and the beach, and the bus was like when you're like really, you know, in a kind of scary state of mind, and the beach is like always amazing because it's the beach.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's okay. Sometimes you got to take the bus to the beach. You know what I mean?
That's a Broad City episode. Amelia.
Let's film it
Girl.
tomorrow. Oh.
What girl are you?
So,
And it's an easy answer. And if you say it wrong, I'm going to be so upset.
what do you think I am?
You are an Alana.
Okay,
So hard this
I was
episode because
gonna
of one
say
clear line. And
The
it's the shoes.
So here's the
Right.
thing about me. I am constantly bleeding. My feet are always getting. Basically, I rotate between like blisters healing. So I'm like, today I'll wear these to get blisters in between my toes, and then tomorrow I'll wear these to get blister on top of my foot, and then the next day I'll wear the one on the side. So they all are kind of in a rotational system.
And you still have a 3.75 on WikiFeet. So come on, give it up for the girl.
That's kind of
Hell
pretty
yeah,
low.
hell
That's
yeah.
amazing.
No,
to
I
keep the score so
honestly-
high while abusing them.
I respect your shoe game because I'm also like, I'm either wearing a Croc or like some outrageous heel where it's like, no, it's going to be fine. And then it's like, I'm out for actually 24 hours and I'm
No.
like bleeding.
My problem
out
is
of my
that I
foot.
want to wear a fun shoe, and I also want to hit a minimum 10,000 steps a day. And it's like, you can't have it all.
No, but you can, and you are.
But I
it
can
is
and I
coming at the
do.
expense of your WikiFeet.
Yeah, I will say they updated my wiki feed, and now they have photos of me from high school, and
No, those were always on there.
it's making me a little nervous.
I can't stop staring at your feet now.
Guys, I made
If
my
you're a
feet-
pervert, cover your eyes and ears now.
We
You're
have
not
to-
allowed to listen to
we
this
have
part.
to crop the video differently now for safety reasons.
You're gonna
I
ask
feel
me.
unsafe.
Yeah.
Girl,
Girl, what girl are you?
What? Stop. I'm Abby.
Why?
Well, ultimately, in this episode, in my head, I've always kind of gone with the assumption of when being an artist, there's like a number in your head where, like, at this specific age, I have to become serious or like do a complete 180. And for me, it is 30 in my head, which is a little scary. But
I remember you saying early on in our friendship, like, I'm just going to try and do comedy, but then when I'm 30, if it hasn't worked out, like, I'll become an entrepreneur.
yeah,
Just don't become a social worker or therapist, please.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be so bad at that.
Okay.
He
good.
wants to own a gay bar.
Well, no, that's like well, once I've made some money, I would like to invest in a gay bar and help run it. But ultimately, I would love to start a small business at some time. Doesn't matter. Let's not.
What are
let's
you selling?
not, women's shoes that are size 13.
And literally,
Yes.
thank you so much. I'm actually investing because I'm 30 and I've made it, so I can now
Literally.
invest in a gay
Entrepreneur.
entrepreneur.
This is how it should work. This is
I'm
really
also
how it
not
should work.
30. I don't know why I said
I
that,
know, it was good for the joke.
Right.
Sometimes you have to expend your own personality.
but I will be.
Spend your own. Wait, you're 28?
Yeah,
Okay.
isn't that cool?
it's
That's
a
like
gorgeous age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really like shows maturity that you've even made it this far.
Yeah, and I think it's like in this world, it is like you are, 32 and you're going to get
Right.
to a point in
Age
your
shouldn't
career
matter.
that you want,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
You just have to stick to it, and you can have your shoe business on the side.
100%, Evan.
I'm so stupid.
You can have it all.
What the hell?
Sharpay told us this.
Yes, you're so right. I'm completely changing my outlook. This is awesome. Yeah, this is
It's crazy you bring that up because I just changed my Outlook mail signature yesterday.
no, that is crazy. You brought that up.
Let's get into the broad and the butter,
The
shall
broad
we?
and the butter.
Okay. We can get into your quotes now, girl.
Okay, my quote number 1: woman hole.
Oh, when she falls into a manhole and calls it a woman hole.
Like genius.
No, and then it's like, that's exactly how my brain works. I'm like, this girl's a fucking rock star.
She's a fucking rock. Like, And if it was made today, it'd be like cloaca.
It's Chloe.
Oh my.
So this is
Oh,
a
God.
cloaca is, and if you're a scientist out there, you know, you can correct me, but a cloaca is kind of what owls have, and it's kind of a vagina and a butthole in one.
Whoa.
And that's like, you know, like owl pellets, like how you have to dissect
I
them.
had to
That
dissect
comes
one.
out of a cloaca. I used to, when I was 10 years old, I'd be running around saying, I have a cloaca. I have a cloaca. I have a
And was
cloaca.
anyone surprised when you transitioned?
Absolutely not. They said, that's cloaca girl. Said cloaca girl's got a cloaca.
It's a next, like that. It's non-binary genitalia.
No, fully. Madame cloaca. So cloaca hole, they hole, Badussy hole. That's like if it was
Totally.
2025
Right.
Broad City.
That is such a good point.
Just kind of like rewriting it for the times. Then what else? Oh, fuck. Lisa Frank, beach.
When they're back to school shopping.
Yeah.
Lisa Frank was everything to me because my older cousin, who's 6 years older, so she was really cool to me, had Lisa Frank. And I'd never seen it before. I went to her house.
It's so cool. Did you watch the doc?
No.
She's evil.
I've been
Lisa
watching.
is?
Hey, I've been watching
Sorry.
the TikTok series where a young black creator was saved by Lisa Frank.
I did see
You've
that
seen
as
this?
well.
So by the way, there's two narratives
two
out
sides
there.
to every story.
There's two narratives out there.
She's evil, but she also saves. Just like God.
God, I was about to say, okay, Christianity check.
Yeah. You're in
Frank is
between two
God.
Jews, so watch your.
Sorry. The second
Meow.
testament's not real. It's not. I swear.
But the third is
Third, totally.
the Mormon.
It's a cloaca.
I love those plates, those golden plates.
Let me read them.
Is there any other? I actually pulled out
Lisa
a few
Frank,
quotes as
bitch.
well.
Oh, girl, pull them
It's
up.
a very,
pull out. Let
powerful
me pull
quote
out.
episode. I'm obsessed with. There's two different incidents in this episode where it's the same gag but funny each time. Where Abby is so clueless, and then Alana has to kind of reveal a truth to her, which is when they're in the Red Rooster restaurant, and Abby goes, "This article is so funny. I love the onion," and then Alana goes, "This is the New York Times."
No, literally.
I've remembered that quote my
Clock
whole
their
life.
shit. Fuck the New York Times. Fuck them all. They knew it then, and I know it now.
Literally.
And if
Literally.
they ever want to talk about me, feel free.
Good or bad?
News is
Anything.
news is-
No, literally, I'm at any press is good,
Good
press.
press.
All press is good press.
I heard that.
Let's say something really awful on this episode.
Yeah, and then Deadlight
No,
could be
right.
like, Ella M. Hoff says.
Wait, yeah,
We'll
let's
tell
get
people you're Ella
canceled.
Hoff.
Wait, yes, Ella Emhoff's future trans self. I'm playing her in the future.
On Girls
Came
Rewatch.
back, yeah.
There's so many. And then there's another incident at the end, which Amelia already alluded to, where Abby goes, "Oh my God, the Titanic docked here." And then Alana goes, "Seriously?" She
Dude,
goes,
this
"Seriously?"
is where the Titanic docked. That
The-
is so me. I love to like be like, oh my God, and this is like a historical fact, and people are like, so Mount Rushmore's not here.
Wait, and what
Wait, where is
reference?
it?
So it's in Idaho or something? Okay.
Wait, I don't. Where is here? So first off, you need to describe where here is, and then you got the state wrong.
When I was in Washington, D.C., I asked, when are we going to see Mount Rushmore? And then they told me the news that it's not here.
Yeah, it's in North Dakota.
I got lost in Washington, D.C. once.
No.
Yeah, and
Just follow the Kava. The Kava.
No, but they went to the Korean War Memorial, my family. I tripped and I thought they were going to the Lincoln Memorial, and I was like at the bottom and I thought you had to pay to get up. I started sobbing. This woman came up to me and was like, "Are you lost? I know who your mom is." I was like, "You know my mom?" It was really beautiful.
She knew Nina?
Pause. She knew your
Literally,
mother.
She knew Nina because my
How?
mom sent out like a search brigade.
Oh,
by the
the
way,
kind of intercom in DC. Child, please come to the front.
No, fully.
The whole city. But the thing is, a Korean monument is nowhere near the Lincoln
Those are
Memorial.
quite
I
far.
know.
How old were you?
Going out the
Maybe like 7.
Oh my
A
God.
lot happened to me when I was 7. Cloaca,
interviewing idiots.
lost in DC, interviewing idiots.
Your life just like Broad City for real.
It really is like I really am these girls. Like
I know.
I'm
You-
making
more
this
than
new
anyone.
series New episode out today. Probably already be out. But
Link
it's
below.
called Strongest Woman in the World. And people have been commenting like, this is like new age Broad City. And I didn't even really think of that like when we were filming or like editing. But I was like, honestly, like it literally is.
We need that. That's what's missing right now.
Exactly. Because they don't make media like this anymore. They really don't.
Jax Media shut its doors.
That's with an X.
X. Sorry, don't look at me. Open up.
I'm like, what did I look?
No, fully. Oh, now I'm like really wanting
This is a great episode. I mean, there's really some really fun moments in it that harken back throughout the whole TV show where Alana does a little bit of cultural appropriation where she's learned her lessons to not go all the way. But
She gets one dreadlock.
She has one dreadlock. To me, though,
Right.
that's a rat tail. And a rat tail, that's white culture.
But she's Latina.
Lee Jewish. She's Jewish.
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, like, there is something that Alana is so herself that she's constantly appropriating culture and also has the mirror where she can be like, this is appropriation, but it doesn't stop her authenticity.
Oh.
She
And
literally.
I really relate
I thought you
to
were talking about the
that.
mirror she masturbates into.
Oh, that as
mirror
well.
too.
And that mirror too.
She says a little cultural appropriation actually brings attention to the issue. And I said, that's so woke.
It literally is.
Do you think that's what the Labubu girl is trying to do? Kidding, bad.
Wait, who's the
I don't know
it's
about
really
that.
awful. Do you know? Okay, well,
There's a
because it's from the
cultural
episode,
appropriating
I don't. It's
Labubu.
fine. The 24 karat gold Labubu girl. Do you know about her? She's holding a
24 karat Labubu in the air.
Yeah,
You have an
exactly.
amazing voice.
Thank
So she
you.
is from the UK, I believe, or she's in South Africa. Anyway, she did a KSI, who's a different creator, like Labubu version, but it was full blackface, like
Oh God.
black paint, giant red lips, like it just really atrocious and so offensive. But she claimed that where she came from, they don't have blackface, and she didn't learn about it. But it was on the internet, and she's
Where did
fully
she go? She
canceled.
came from South Africa.
That it's like undescript. I didn't get the full story, but I think at some point she lives in South Africa and she's in the UK.
Okay, you're going on a first date and they have two Labubus on their bag on a chain. Red flag, green flag.
What a color. Are they real or not?
I wouldn't care if they're cute.
Okay, so I'm talking to the wrong people
Are
here.
the Labubu's cute, or do you mean the
If
person?
the person's cute.
Oh, if the person's cute.
Yeah,
I thought you meant if the Labubu's cute. I was like, okay, so
I'm getting a call. I have to go to the beach right now.
hi, it's the gay beach. Okay, I went to the gay beach the other day.
Jacob Reese.
And I went to the other side, and instead of gay people, it was 200 people that was wearing like, it was like, protect me, Jesus. And they were all getting, what's it called? What's the mikvah? Baptized in the ocean.
That's the
that's
gay
cool.
community.
And I stood online. I was like, I'm down to get baptized. I was like, I'm down to get baptized, convert to Islam, and remain Jewish
a little
all
bit
on
of
the same day.
a little bit of cultural appropriation, honey.
Well, that's what
It
I'm
just
like.
brings
I'm
a
like,
light to the issue.
I just want to be and feel and experience so many things in this life. And I
Yeah.
think that's what Alana is really trying to do.
No, you're the most
And, like,
Alana person I know.
Yeah.
It's because you're Jewish with curly hair.
I asked her to be on a show recently. She
say
wasn't
yes?
available.
Oh. She's
So, Alana,
apparently
if you're
really
watching
busy this
this-
month, but next month it's gonna open up. So reach out again.
You're her assistant. Oh, that's who I was emailing.
So this
Yeah.
is this episode in general, though, is people truly remember this as the episode where Abby and Alana scaled all of Manhattan. But in actuality, it's more of Abby's realization that she's 30 and hasn't necessarily achieved the dreams she's wanted to. And
That's
I feel
why
like
she's crying in the bathroom.
that's why she's crying. And it's a
Yeah.
really interesting cognitive disconnect we all do have from this one episode, because the everlasting iconic moment is going from the tippity top to the tippity bottom through Instagram stories, which I actually asked the question, it's like, why do you feel like people only remember the good of this episode and not the terrorizing part of reaching 30 and just becoming an anthropology employee?
You know what? I think it's like we all watched it when we were so far from 30 that we were like, oh, that's not like, we just didn't connect with that. But we were like, me and my friends love to like post on our stories. So we were just like being 22 and being like, oh my God, like this is the part we recognize.
Right.
Rather than like the fear surrounding 30. It's like, I remember watching it in college and being like, oh my God, it's about Instagram. I have Instagram. But then like the whole 30 thing, I was like, well, I'm not going to be 30 forever. So I don't know what she's talking about.
No, totally. First of all, I have chills from that question. So thank you for asking. I literally got full body chills. And I think, you know, I'm like such, like I was thinking about this because it's like the persona I have online, and like for you both to be like, oh, you're so good at Instagram, but it's like between each story is like me in the bathroom having this existential like feeling of like, I'm not recognized enough as an artist. Like I'm not, you know, am I ever going to like reach the goals that I want? And it's like, that is the truth of social media, where it is just this front facing thing that people can consume and assume things about who you are. But it's at the end of the day, we're all human and striving for X, Y, and Z in our lives. So it's like, you know, we're gonna be in the bathroom and we're gonna like be down, and then we have our Alanas to be like, no, like bitch, you have a fat ass, like you are an amazing artist, like you are everything.
Yeah.
And it's true. And aging only makes that more true and more secure in the art that you make. And like
100%.
I am like, I've always felt that even when I was 19 and I was, you know, trying to cruise Jaime, like I was like, I can't wait to be 30. Like I want to be surrounded by people who are more thoughtful about their friendships and relationships and careers. And I also want to be more secure in my creativity and myself. Like obviously, like at that point I was still 5 years away from like medically transitioning. And so I was like, there were all these things that I was like, oh, if I even saw myself at 28 now, when I was 18 or when I was 7, you know, I'd be actually like jaw to the freaking floor.
Right.
Where it's like, it was so hard at that point when this episode came out to even like see into the future, because it felt like my future was, I couldn't see a reality where it was like real, because it was like transition or, and for those who are not watching, the words are K, M, and S.
The sound effects were pretty good. I will say.
Okay.
I do think a cool part of this episode is the cheese storyline, because it's like Abby and Alana are like, okay, it's been 5 seasons of shenanigans. Like Abby's 30, like maybe this cute lost 20 something narrative that we've been telling is like getting old. But then it cuts to Cheese having like done the traditional thing of getting married and having kids. And it's like seeing Cheese like take her mask off and be like, I feel fucking crazy and lost and I don't know who I am and I'm not happy either. And like, I don't have anything I want. And all this stuff is fake to me, is like so interesting, because I do think it's just like when you get to like a new decade, you do start questioning like every choice you've made in the last decade.
Right,
of
the
like
juxtaposition.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, so nobody has it figured out. Even like people on that path or this path, like everyone's lost.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do have such a disconnect from this episode, and it's something I feel like people revel in about the ending of Girls as well, that these are, of course, we talked about it a bunch on the pod, that these are shows of like successful artists depicting unsuccessful artists. Hannah has a similar trajectory to seems like Abby in this show, where Abby really wants to be this prolific artist, but isn't able to reach those milestones, can't sell her art. Hannah can't sell the book, isn't able to, or she can sell the book, she can't finish the book. She just doesn't ever fulfill her creative itch she has. But the way they're both depicting the stories of giving up on your art or taking another step feels, it's hard for it to always feel genuine, right? Because we know so many older artists who've been at it for years who don't necessarily have the quitting mentality that Abby and Hannah do. They just are able to incorporate art into their lives in different ways and just understand that you have to keep failing to succeed, and just use that same energy and that knowledge from failure to create a new path for themselves. And I'm witnessing this all the time. But the way that Abby is closing her story here, where she just feels so defeated by being an anthropologist employee, and also her art, she doesn't necessarily ever take a different approach to her art throughout this whole show. She's just like slightly created it. It's never been a real emphasis in the show.
But she goes to art school.
She goes to art school, correct. But then after art school, there is no emphasis on her truly like watching her create art, selling, like she sells her art mostly.
I mean the series finale.
Yes. That's the difference. It's between Girls and Broad City.
And going back to school
but like
solves
watching
everything.
this part as well. Right,
You
exactly.
moved to Boulder to do art. You figured it out.
I mean, the
got
BFA
it.
famously is just a place for people to create, but doesn't actually build skills to success in a way that it maybe once did.
Come for academia.
I mean, I have a ton of friends with the BFA. With the BFA. And, you know, it doesn't, it just like gives you an opportunity to create more, which is awesome, but doesn't necessarily give you any pathline to actual success in art. And I always just find it interesting the way it doesn't feel so fulfilling to me as someone also pursuing art, and the way that they conclude their journeys. It feels a little hollow. But not that that's wrong. It's just hard for them to articulate that feeling because they're successful artists themselves.
Are you talking about Abby and Alana?
And even Lena
Yeah.
Dunham.
Well, it's like these, we're seeing them also become whatever, you know, we as viewer or society or, you know, comedians being like, this is success, or this is being a successful artist. But like both of them, you know, white women creating worlds that didn't necessarily exist and like still don't necessarily exist. And I think that's something I think about, where it's like there aren't these like trans women narratives, especially like in comedy, or that are like authentic and vulnerable and also absurdist and crazy, where it's like, oh, like there's like culture that still has to be created. There's stories that need to be created, and there's not necessarily like an example of that. And it's like they get to be an example for us, but there still is like this almost, you know, nothingness in the air that has to be created. And yeah, maybe I guess like through the portraying non-successful artists and becoming successful artists pipeline, like there is that. And it's like, who gets to also be that, like,
Right.
and what do you have to be? Can you be a diversity scholar and also, you know, get on that pipeline? Like, is
Yeah.
that possible? And there is like this, the quitting mentality you were talking about, where it's like, obviously they didn't quit. Like these are, you know, characters that they're playing, and we all have these insecurities of being in the bathroom, wanting to quit. But it is about like staying and pursuing, going back to school. It's at the end of the day, finding a career and making money off your art. You have to create art to be able to
Right.
make anything off of it. And I think when we are so low, or in the moments that it's like we don't see a future in creating, you know, we're not inspired, and we're not churning out a new pilot. We're not like recording a podcast. We're not doing shows. Like we're really stuck in our heads, self-absorbed. And then it's like the moments that we give time to our family or our friendships or something else, that like, that's like what really creates inspiration, and like what these sets of girls like actually are depicting is like the intention around female friendships. It's like,
Right.
I'm giving myself full body chills.
No, I'm
No, it's
like, that's
beautifully said.
incredible. I can't wait to clip it.
Okay. And I literally I can't you in therapy.
I can't wait to
clip this.
It's an illness.
Those are some really, yeah. I mean, I
Yeah.
really hear what you say. I think that's why this is actually a really great, and I think my favorite opening to any season.
It's why it's top rated on IMDb.
Right, exactly. Because it tells a really fun narrative and does it in
Really?
a great way while also depicting this heavier story throughout.
Which
all
I
of it.
think season 5 is a lot about this in a way that it's not been about this thus far. But they finally are like, okay, we're ending it. These characters have to grow up. This is a season where they're actually going to grow, because the first 3 seasons, it's like episodic, like they're back at the beginning every episode. And then like the post-Trump seasons, they're like, okay, maybe these characters can grow a little bit. And then the 5th season, they're like, okay, these characters have to grow up.
Right. And it's like, I'm seeing, if I didn't choose this life of like being an artist, I'd be like cheese and I'd have a baby and whatever, where it's like, oh, that is not what she wants. You know?
No,
It's
and they're
like,
on
that
their
is-
journey. And it's like Alana fucking around all these years and then being like, I think I want to be a therapist. It's like she only found that out because
The most mentally ill people become therapists. That's why I was checking in on you to make sure that that wasn't your
I've thought
backup
about
plan.
it. I've thought about
I know.
it.
I can see right through you.
Every-
I have too, but I know I'd be a great counselor.
every time I'm like, I should be a therapist, everyone in my life is like, so no. And I'm like, well, that's rude.
No.
I think I'm an amazing listener and I
this
give
is-
great
yeah.
advice.
No, I really love this episode. I think we could ask her. Should we ask her last series of crush?
Well,
Yeah.
do we have
Broad
anything else
City
from the
moment?
episode?
I
don't
actually
think-
think we did a great
Okay.
job.
We kind of went top to bottom.
No, we went top to bottom
said
Manhattan.
Every joke, literally top to bottom of Manhattan. We're all bottoms.
Yeah, and I've always said that.
Yeah.
Let's cut to our second break, and when we get back, we're gonna find out Marley's Broad City moment. Marley, what is your Broad City moment?
This would be good.
Thank you for asking that question. I was thinking about it and I was like, there are so many. And like, I want to tell this specific one, I guess. So my Broad City
Oh my God, you're
moment.
blushing already.
So I met the love of my life and I come out as a lesbian on the podcast.
We knew.
Okay, so
I whispered.
me like really having a moment with myself. I don't talk the rest of the time.
Amelia and Marley kissing would be my Broad City moment.
Yeah, my Broad City moment is we start stripping in a basement in Bushwick, and all of a sudden we start having a compilation of my ass twerking on camera. The New York Times covers us because I said fuck the New York Times, and you can quote me on that. Fuck those fuckers and fuck me. Sorry.
Fuck you.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, my Broad City moment. So maybe 2 years ago, but my friend surprised me for my birthday with, you heard it here first, Eras Tour ticket.
We heard
so
it here
generous.
first. It was 2 years ago. You've been holding on to
Never
the
told
story.
anyone.
It's some trauma.
Did you
So
test the story out on anyone first? Come on.
No, I mean, I'm sure I've said it to somebody, but so it was Eras Tour tickets. I'm not a big Taylor Swift fan.
Got it.
There are some things that I like, and so, but I was like, I love doing things.
Yeah.
So I was really nervous about it. We make the little bracelets. I take some mushroom chocolates. We're, on the train. We make our friends on the train, go to Jersey, and then we get there. We get there and, the seats are like really close together. We wave to, Matt and Bowen who were walking by.
Of course.
And then there was this mom. I'm like tripping basically at this point. I took too much. There's like this mom and daughter who are like selfie videoing the whole time that I'm in the back of the entire video, because we're standing and it's like literally they're sitting on my lap basically.
Oh my God.
They're sitting on my lap and they're literally vlogging.
You're
the
being
whole
live streamed somewhere.
I'm being live streamed. My friend who took me is a musician, and Phoebe Bridgers was opening and they're part of Phoebe's label. So we went into Taylor's VIP section.
Major.
Whoa.
And we get in there.
Mind you, you don't even know all her eras.
Well, I was wearing red, so.
Okay.
Shut your mouth, Amelia.
So talk to the red dress. Did she date one of those?
Did she date one of
No,
the?
go back to the
Jonas
story,
Brothers?
please.
Sorry.
Oh, she did, Joe.
did.
So you know a thing or two.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're in the VIP section. Handshake Phoebe. It's very
Is it a hard
It's
handshake or
firm?
yes, like here, give me your hand.
Oh,
Phoebe.
Wow. Oh,
Whoa.
I wouldn't expect that from her.
And
Yeah.
that didn't make you a lesbian?
No, it definitely did. Certainly. Immediately. I was like, yes. Drooling. And then Paul Rudd was there. So we meet
my
Paul Rudd.
God.
And then cut to, a week or so later, he is in my friend who took me's music video, which we filmed in my 200-foot studio apartment in Brooklyn. And we had a moment because I heard that maybe he was in an open relationship with his wife. Don't quote me on this. Don't clip this, but clip it. And we had like a moment in the hallway that I think we were kind of flirting. I was trying to cruise.
I was about to say you're
You're cruising Paul Rudd
in my own
in your
apartment.
studio apartment.
Yeah, fully. But then, we
There's
were
a place
chatting
for us to
about.
go.
Yeah. Hi. And like literally his moccasins were in my like little bathroom.
It was
and
all
I was
set
like
up
smelling
already.
them.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we met him and then we get kicked out of the VIP room.
Okay.
And I'm like, I got so pissed. My friends were like, yeah, like, that's like her room. Like, it makes sense. I was like, it's because I'm trans. They did it because I'm trans. Like, I'm delusional, just like Abby and Alana.
Yeah.
I'm like Delulu. I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like, they didn't really have to kick us out. But then I went back home. I had a ticket to go to the T for T bathhouse sex party.
Of course.
So right after Era's.
Paul Rudd was there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He went to the T for T bathhouse event.
Yes. Event is a nice word for it. I would say sex party.
Right.
And I will say that the spa that it was at was pretty disgusting.
Was it the bathhouse with mold?
Is there one with mold?
No.
Because
She's talking about the famous
I think
company
it might
called
be.
Bathhouse that doesn't do sex parties
Oh.
but does brunch.
They do brunch.
They
Don't
do
wor-
brunch.
that's where the mold comes from.
Do brunch. They have do brunch at the bathhouse. Of course, they have mold. No, this was at maybe, I don't know, they rented out something. I was like, I had the longest Powerade icy pop that I was like eating, watching trans girls roundhouse kick each other in the chest
Oh my
till
God.
blood spurted out.
Not spurting.
No, literally spurted. And it was pretty, let's say it didn't turn me on. There was nothing there that was really for me in that way. It was like it was like a bunch of.
I always wonder what happened at those bathhouse.
And I'll tell you. Well,
It's
I
a
went to
Hunger
one in
Games.
Berkeley that was like it was trans night at the gay bathhouse,
Right.
and that I felt like a queen at. That I was like this
You
this
ran
one I
it.
felt like I am like a disgusting person.
Because
But
you
maybe
can't do
that's-
karate or...
It's mostly karate.
Yeah, I
based.
didn't get past the yellow belt. Okay, let's not bring that up. I went to hip hop dance classes instead.
Sorry, that's better.
So,
That's an amazing story, Mar.
well, it's not
No,
done.
it's not over.
So shut your fucking mouth. And you can call me ma'am. I learned a few things there. But
I know you
then-
can't kick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I can't. I actually can kick, okay? Well, so then I made out with this one guy who kind of looked like my ex at that point, because at a certain time your ex doesn't become your ex anymore. They just fizzle out into your past and just kind of never existed.
I've never heard that, but I believe you.
I just made that up and I'm trying to keep that as truth.
Yeah.
And the next time I saw him, I was covered in nacho cheese after doing the cigarette race
Of course.
at this past competition. And then he DM'd me, was like, did we make out in 2022 at the T for T bathhouse sex party? And I ghosted his ass.
Oh,
Because that's the power of ghost.
That's the power of
Because you
ghosts.
had Paul Rudd.
Yeah,
What are you gonna give it up for a boy when you got a man? Sure, he's 5'7",
literally.
but they can do a lot with that 5'7".
Oh my
my
god!
God.
Is he
You know
only
what they
5'7"?
say
Yeah,
about
sure.
5'7" guys?
No,
What?
my brother.
They have a beautiful acting career.
Oh.
Okay. Yay, Jack Lazarus. You got this, king.
Okay, Marley, we got one more group of questions for you.
Girl, get your Glock. It's rapid fire time. We're going to ask you a series of rapid fire questions. Don't think twice. Are you ready?
Yeah. Are you schoolgirl? Or are you gonna get schooled, girl?
I'm a school girl.
How are you?
I'm actually really good, hyper caffeinated, and I think I could shoot up a. Yeah, see, I stun you. Rapid fire right back.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, or Rihanna?
Rihanna, recycle that old music until I am not done with it ever.
Who would you rather have go down on you? Michael Bublé or Janet Jackson?
Michael Bublé.
Are you the voice of your generation or a voice of a generation?
Voice of the generation.
Tippity top of Manhattan or the tippity bottom of Brooklyn?
Tippity bottom of Brooklyn.
Key to Abby's heart or key to Abby's ass?
Key to Abby's ass. I'm gonna open it up. Who's there? It's me.
Hi. Madonna, Rihanna, Alana, or Gadana?
Alana.
Gadana's a child, by the way.
Oh.
Just for everyone's clarification.
Who's Gadana?
The child they find in
Cheese's
the mall.
child, who's actually named like Lily or
Oh,
something.
right,
Digital
right.
detox
Gadana.
or badly done Botox?
Say that once
Digital
more.
detox or badly done Botox?
Badly done Botox.
Get over yourself or oh, I am over myself.
Oh, I am over myself.
Cuckoo Choo Kakan Insana or too much on Netflix Jonah?
Cuckoo, Kaka, Insano, or too much on Netflix, Jono. Well,
So yeah, I'm
You
gonna
know?
have to
Maybe
go
like, you know.
with C, all of the above, because that is some Gen Alpha blah blah talk. But I'm gonna go with Kukaba Boo, and I'm gonna go right down on it like doo doo, and I'm gonna eat it right up because I'm a juju. It's matzo ball soup, bitch, and I knew.
and that's on that.
Come on. Thank you so much for being on the pod,
Of
Mar.
course.
This
You
is
were
best
being
day
genius
ever.
the whole time.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
So
I'm like in
beautiful
awe.
and so
Okay.
smart.
Yeah.
I was like, what did we even talk about?
No, nothing
covered
and everything.
everything.
We kind of did everything.
Yeah, this was a meaty episode of Girls Rewatch.
Last time I was on a podcast, I got canceled by a really small sector of the queer community. So I'm pretty
That's
sure
on
that
every
will probably
pod.
happen again.
Good.
Okay, let us know in the comments what made you
At least
upset this
people are
episode.
Cancel me, I dare you.
Where can the people find you, Marley?
Come on.
They can find me at what's it called? Foot.com,
Wiki feet.
wikifeet.com. Actually, they can't, but after this episode, they can. You can find me, Marley is Marley, on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok, which I think is just Marley Gotterer. And you can find me at 4 a.m. wherever you can go outside.
I was legit
Oh my
inspiring.
God. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of Girls Rewatch. And now our question is, if you could visit any spot on your trip from the top of Manhattan to the bottom, where would you go?
Any spa or spot?
Spot.
Okay, yeah, let us know.
Bye.
Bye.